As you can probably tell, I am a huge Eevee fan. It's my favourite Pokemon line of them all. And I was able to beat Pokemon Violet with just one Eevee. But what if I was able to do it again, but in Shield? And this time no Wish. But it'll also make things even harder. I won't be using any items in battle. So with that said, could we beat this challenge? I'm writing the script as I go along with the video, so comment down below if you think I'm going to beat this or not. And last but not least, 94% of you guys are still not subscribed. So if you enjoy these challenges, help us reach 20k by the end of the year. Hit the big red button, slap the bell, and with that said, let's get gaming. After proving myself worthy in the Paldea region, Mr. Cuddles moved back to Galar for the summer break to spend time with his pet Munchlax and his best friend, Hop. Oh my god, mother, you look so different. I spent the day playing outside with my long-lost best friend and meeting the champion of the region, his brother, Lee, and we're finally entrusted to get given a Pokemon of our own. But for now, I decided on getting Scorbunny on our squad for 5 minutes. For this run, it doesn't matter what starter you pick. The rest of the early steps involve us getting lost in the forest, meeting Professor Magnolia's daughter and her dog, and receiving the Dynamax Band from the sky. This thing is going to be super important further down the line. And with that out of the way, we set off on our way to arrive at the city Motorstoke to sign up and get ready for the gym challenge. I went with the uniform number 133, Eevee's national Pokédex number, before beginning my real journey. And that journey is, well, finding Eevee. The earliest we can find it is on Route 4. So I travelled through the fieldlands and the mines, battling trainers along the way, and a rude boy, which I bet Rihanna has taken a liking for, before finally meeting our cute little fox. This thing was so stubborn, but we eventually caught it and called it Eevee. Because I'm funny like that. Before we move further, I think it's a good idea to head towards the Isle of Armor for one specific thing. You see, I could have got Eevee very early, but I don't have Let's Go Eevee. So instead, I take on the Isle of Armor story, beating up a strange wizard, the dojo master, Mustard, and taking out all the fast pokes. We finally set on outward to pick up the ingredients we need for Max Soup. This is what we need to grab, but as per usual, Avery is stubborn and selfish, so I put him on the right track. Slowpoke is first, and we take Confusions before Swifts take it out. Next was Kadabra, so I prioritized Quick Attack, eat a huge Psybeam before taking it out with a second Quick Attack. This leaves his Woobat, and does put us on the brink of death with Air Cutter, but another priority, Quick Attack, luckily crits and takes care of his team. I am only just scraping wins, but with no held items yet, and we're only just starting to build Eevee up, we are finally getting the ball rolling. This is everything we need to get started. Well, almost. The only thing left to do is to grab some leftovers in the wild area. This will help us out, as well as Dynamax candies. Now we're ready. I arrive at the gym, and sadly, I have to round up sheep. This used to be a punishment for students in the 1950s, you know. Once we eventually pass the gym challenge, we're clear to take on Milo, a very simple team, and we are already at a higher level. So this should be a breeze. Right? Well, I think it's safe to say yes, but it will get much tougher further down the line. Gossifleur is first, and it's a couple of easy Swifts. Adaptability will help here with the damage. We take it down, and with leftovers, we pretty much got away scratch-free. Eldegoss remains, and we both Dynamax, though my Dynamax is cuter, and thus we cuddle it to the point we suffocate the plant. We threw light shots at each other, but thanks to recovery, we took his entire team out with half our health remaining. That was pretty easy. Oh my god, I don't have time to deal with these gimps. Instead, I go down and battle the other trainers on Route 4. We don't have a level cap this time around, so I make full advantage at battling everyone for EVs and experience, taking down everyone possible. What are you looking at, you gimp? Oh, how very courteous. Even the Team Yell grunts make it easy work. This Eevee is stacking on the protein, until suddenly, Sableye knows Disable, which is brilliant, because I can't move. Despite this problem, Bite is re-enabled and we can finish the job. Perfect timing for a battle. Oh yeah, sure. Other than Fwocky nearly knocking me out in one, we annihilated Hop's team once more, and in no time at all, we arrive at the Water-type gym. Again, it's rather a simple battle. Her 2 fish are quicker, though we hit much harder. When Drednaw appears, I set up my max guard and forgot the second one fails. With that in mind, she gets the win because of the mistake I made. That's on me, peeps. With a lesson learned, simply due to forgetting protective moves, I go again. The same plan plays out against Goldeen, and despite a flinch from Arrokuda, we take it down. This leaves Drednaw, who Dynamaxes and crits us with Max Darkness, and when I do the same, it doesn't even put a dent. This might be challenging. I do have one idea up my sleeve, and that's to get one of our TRs early, though not the one I was trying for, though this could work. Now you may be wondering, oh my god, that's a terrible move, it always misses. And you are right, but hear me out. Once we take care of our fish as per usual, when we Gigantamax, it becomes 130, never misses, and boosts our defensive stat, which counters Drednaw's dangerous attack. And we're closer, but we still fall. The only other thing I can do for now is grind for some more candies. Oh, back for more, I see. I would have gone away with it if you would have just hit the big red button. I had this run. We take down both Goldeen and Arrokuda without too much of a problem. And as usual, we Dynamax on Drednaw. We get outsped anyways, and I wish that wasn't the case, but we're much bulkier now, eating everything the turtle throws at us. All was good until it decides to hit hard with Water Gun. It's gonna be close. And we just managed to outlive the dangerous sea monster and bring it down with one bite. Yeah, I said that one way too soon. This is gonna be tough. Wait, what? Who's the chairman? Who are you? This is creepy. I was held hostage at the seafood restaurant with 2 strangers I don't know. But as long as Sonia is here to supervise, then I'm okay. But we're reunited with Hop once more to take on the dangers of the second Galar mines, including Bede and his psychic types. And yeah, he was a nice sight for sore eyes after the pain I've had to endure, alongside with Team Yell being as stupid as ever, and challenged against Marnie when all I want is my bed. The next morning is our time to hopefully shine at the Fire-type gym, and unfortunately it comes as no shocker when I am quite nervous about this one, because Camu uses 2 Pokemon that can burn us instantly with Will-O-Wisp. Ninetales is up first, and I actually decide to go for the Gigantamax now to be able to hit as hard as possible. Despite the burn, it falls in love, but all my turns are wasted on one Pokemon. So, I know I've lost. Bye-bye, Eevee. This will be tough, though I had another plan up my sleeve. In the dojo, there was a Cramomatic, so I craft up a bag of Bright Powder, and this should help. The downside is we can't heal. If only I'd wish. And well, this went exactly in my favour. We got extremely lucky, and it missed most attacks. We do take out Ninetales and Arcanine despite Flame Wheel hurting us, and when we Gigantamax, we instantly fall. Again. I think we're gonna have to level up some more.
3 hours later.
Oh my god, what a choke of a fight. I mean, I totally aced that fight. A short break later and farming up EXP candies, I continue my journey through the wild area and eventually arrive in Hammerlock to where Hop lost Bede. A few tasks were done in the city and learning more about the Darkest Day before swiftly moving on to Route 6, to where we take out Team Yell with very little, and trust me, after a bad battle before, this was exactly what was needed, body slamming them to the ground. Definitely therapeutic, including battling other trainers, until I get crit by one. Eventually, we defeat them all, arriving at Stow-on-Side, home of the Ghost-type Pokemon trainers. And well, they don't work well with normal types, but I had a plan. After giving Hop the Eevee love he needed to get back on his feet, I decided to ditch my Stab for 2 moves, Work Up and Charm. I have to let Stab boosts help me to victory here, but while I play a game of ping pong, if you guys are subscribed and want to help support the channel, then why not consider joining memberships? For only 99 pence, you can grab some emotes, access to the VIP lounge in the Discord server, and sneak peeks. I think it's a better idea than gambling anyways. With that out of the way, we can compete against Alistair and his team of ghost types. He starts with Yamask, and I go for Charm. Its only damaging move is Brutal Swing, so when he disables it, I can now work up to boost my attack stats by 4, Once Charm is no longer disabled, I begin to sweep, taking it down. Mimikyu receives a Shadow Ball to the face before we Gigantamax early, taking it down with an easy Steel Spike. Our defense rises too, meaning this gym was probably the easiest out of the lot so far. And I honestly needed this to recover from the last two gyms, so with Gengar down and out, that is our 4th badge. And to make things even easier for me, the boy is indeed away with the fairies and doesn't like teachers, or the Marco Cosmoth after getting disqualified. Well, that will teach him. Next we head through the Glimwood Tangle and arrive at the Lost Fairy Village of Ballonlee, and already feeling confident in terms of the last battle, I take on the gym, pretty much straight away. Was it a good idea? Actually, yes. Not only we are now a pretty menacing threat to the other challengers, such as Marnie, but also in regards to fairy types being the best in the game, our coverage will help tremendously. Also in this challenge, we get questioned by Opal herself, and we get them right or wrong for stat changes. We got the hang of it and proceed to what she calls her final callback, the actual battle. Weezing is first and has a huge defense buff, so I decide to work up. I can take a couple of hits whilst getting my stat boosts from the questions. I finally attack with Shadow Ball, which does half. We hit a huge sludge, though we eventually take it down. Mawile is next, cancels my attack boost, though not my special. A boosted Shadow Ball again does huge damage. It tries to bulk up, but that's a waste of a move. A free move to heal with leftovers and knock it out. Togekiss gets put on the field next, and now is my time to Gigantamax. Outspeeds and Steel Spike doesn't do as much as I thought. A second one takes it out, leaving her big Dynamax cake. I go for my Gmax Cuddle as it does similar damage, whilst also causing it to fall in love. This gives me the time I need to take it out for free on the next turn. Another easy badge. I'm starting to think the start of the run is more difficult than the end game. What do you mean? Not what you're looking for. Eevee is adorable. Annoying I didn't impress, I made haste to the next gym with Opal, and while she made very dodgy remarks, I continued east and get challenged by Hop. And once again, he gets taken out. And actually only just against his Rillaboom. That would have been quite scary, but another challenge is beaten. And as we progress through the ruins and the Icelands, Eevee is only getting stronger by the minute. I start to have hope. So much so, I haven't even done any shopping for myself. So after a new look, and showing my love of Eevee, we're now arriving at the Ice Gym. But if Hop is losing, to be honest, you do have a flying and 2 grass types. I continue to grind away with the trainers I could possibly face to boost my chances and gain a couple of bruises myself along the way. Ideally, I want to hit as hard as possible, so now holding the muscle band once more, I take Melanie on. She has a strong roster up her sleeve considering how fragile ice types are. Though to play it safe, I work up and praying she goes for Hail, which she does. So when my attack up, it's time to take it out, alongside with Diamonitan and her Ice Cube. Although has the substitute, it gets fully paralyzed, so we get 3 knockouts. This leaves 1 Eevee and 1 Lapras. I go all out with a Gigantamax Cuddle, causing it to fall in love and is fully immobilized. This was one of the more difficult gyms in the game, and we absolutely demolished her team. I think it's safe to say I deserve 1 big curry to commend my victory, and at last, a good thrashing from Hop. It's probably true I'm one of the strongest Eevee trainers in the region, but maybe not strong enough. I do need to train my partner some more along Route 8 and through the harsh weather. Eventually we arrive at Route 9, outside Spikemuth, and despite it's locked, Marnie challenges us for a battle for the keys to the city. Liepard is first and I begin to set up with Work Up, before switching to Body Slam due to Torment. Scrafty is next, and I make the opportunity to set before taking her out as well. Take a huge poison jab, and even though we take it down, poison damage gets the better of me. We got so close. I return for round 2, and this time we dodge and weave through Torments and Swaggers, but even the frog sets us up. It triggers the potion, and we fight through confusion, and even though Morpeko still outspeeds, we snap out of that confusion and take it out, giving us a much cleaner battle. With that, I pick up the keys left under the mat, and instantly ran into a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that settles that. We can't beat Pokemon Sword and Shield with only one Eevee. So with this in mind, I had a solution. 2 Eevees! I caught one before. Yes, I know I could catch a Splash and Magikarp, but that's against using only Eevee. And that's also beside the point. The point is, he's called V and has no attacking moves. We advanced through the entirety of Team Yell's hideout, and we only had one double battle to take care of. It's not even like it was a major threat. Well, anyways, it's back to a 1v1. Myself against Marnie's brother, Piers. This is also the only gym where Dynamaxing isn't an option. Scrafty intimidates us and fakes us out before hitting a hard Brick Break. We just about start hitting, but we can't even do damage. We barely take him out. But as he sets up Obstruct, I boost my attack again, before dealing not a lot of damage. And while expecting another one, we fall. Not great. But on the next attempt, it was so much better. He goes for Sand Attack first, and we do miss, but connect on the second turn. With all damage recovered, I can hit hard, and also do the same trick as last time to knock out Obstagoon. Malamar is next, and we dig, but we go down in 1. Seriously? Okay, no more playing around. The first 2 go down as usual, and this time Malamar falls, so a 1v1 it is. Eevee against Skuntank. I'm expecting Toxic first, but it goes for Sucker Punch. Oops. Regardless, we take it down on turn 2 with a huge dig. They always said the third time is a charm. And well, despite Earthquakes and Leon going on a tantrum about us achieving that life, it's time for the final gym. Raihan and his Dragon types. And once again, I need both my Eevees to even compete. Both of them perform well throughout the mission. But what about the battle? Well, to be honest, it went smoother than I thought. Eevee actually takes out Flygon with a single body slam, and even though Gigalith takes down V, which didn't do anything, I go for the early Gigantamax, and it takes on Max Phantasm as well as Max Quake to bring it down, and Duraludon honestly demolishes us. Attempt 2, the apartment block is back out, and I guard to waste a... Oh boy, and down that one went. Yeah, I think it's time we get some more levels. I tried again at level 77, and we're able to take down Flygon in 1 this time around, at the cost of healing. Now it's time to Gigantamax, and with the help of V, we can push forward and take down the rock and the apartment block thanks to a critical hit. This means after Protect, we get the final knockout. We only just managed to scrape a win after 5 hours of grinding, and with big level jumps coming our way, I think it's time we make our move and reach level 100. Once that was done, a train ride to Wyndham was all it took, and in no time at all, we arrive at the Wyndham Stadium to compete in the semi-finals. And I've never seen so much of a fan base for a Paldean trainee teacher before. Our first battle in the semi-finals is against Marnie, and still at level 100, Liepard outspeeds. I set up work up before getting too greedy, which Liepard does and falls, and after that, her team went 1 by 1 and Gigantamax against her Grimmsnarl, which all ends in tears when one huge steel spike knocks it out the park. Next was Hop, our main rival from the very get-go, and even he couldn't match how buffed Eevee has become at the gym. The only one actually taking hits was this Steel Raven, who falls in 2. And well, that's all he wrote in the semis. Yeah, I think I overdid it slightly. Oh well, at least we can absolutely demolish the Marco Cosmos with Hop over such a fun song. Until we get to Oleana spoiling our fun. Though we press on, Frostlaz falls instantly to a Shadow Ball, as well as she loses a Cruel. From there, however, we proceed to take her team out 1 by 1, until she can no longer take any more cuddles, though the 2 grown men don't want any. Sad face. At least dinner is on Leon. But now it's time for the finals of the gym challenge, and I'm raring to go. That is until Bede interrupts the finals for another match. Regardless, Marl is first, and I make haste for some digging. We take it out in 1. Gardevoir is next, who takes a huge Shadow Ball before calming her mind, and she does when she falls to a second ball. From there, I Gigantamax and begin to sweep. Max Steel Spike knocking out his Unicorn, and Hatterene loves a good cuddle. Too much so, she explodes. Now Shu, I don't care if I messed your plans up. Now it's time for the real deal, first being against Nessa. Which is good because I don't know what I'd do if I was against Kabu again. First impressions hit hard, though Body Slam squashes the bog to the ground. Sea King, Barraskewda becomes Skewers, and Pelipper, he's just here for the Nemo memes.
Mine?
This just leaves her Dreadnought, and with it resisting normal types, I shake the seas until it gets a headache and goes to sleep. One down, two more to go. Alistair is next, and we should be good seeing as they can't use their stabs. Dusknoir is out, and we can hit hard with a Shadow Ball. He just survives but can hardly bruise us with electricity. This forces him to use the full restore, allowing us to take it out in two. Up next was Chandelure, who doesn't like the Shadow Ball trick at all, and goes back to hiding, as well as his Poltegeist. His Kesselur was a little more tanky, though he was dealt with fine, so this leaves the main Ghost Gengar, and well, we both eat our spinach, taking his team back to the graves. This leaves our biggest challenge this run has offered us, Raihan, and thankfully, it's single battle form this time. Torkoal is out first, and I dig to the ground to avoid the yawn, but we fall asleep on the second turn anyways. We're going to get a beating here, I think. Although once we wake up, Body Slam takes it down. Next was Turtonator, and expecting the Shell Trap, I Gigantamax early to not only take it out, but we take out Goodra and Flygon with Steel Spike to boost our defenses against the Ralladon. We return underground as it makes reservations for new offices and get it down by half. And thanks to our bulk, we eat the Max Knuckle, and another dig gives us the checkmate. I was actually really nervous about the last one there, but with that out of the way, all that remains is Leon. Or not. With the region in turmoil, Hop and I rush back to the visions from the beginning of the run to where I didn't have a Pokemon initially, and found a rusted sword and shield. Whether this will work or not, we return to Hammerlock to take on the Chairman Rose and his team. And well, I'm getting more and more nervous. Escavalier is first, and I instantly Gigantamax. Why? I don't know, but we take it down with 2 Max Quakes and get Ferrothorn down the half with Phantasm. Now we begin our chip damage, taking down Iron Vine Monster, Klinklang in 2, avoid Berserker's Screech and knock him down. So this leaves Copperajah, who Gigantamaxes and can't attack us being on the ground. He connects a Max Quake, which has done the most damage all battle, though we still take him down with little issue. All that's left is to deal with the Abomination outside, and that is against Eternatus. As long as we can beat him in the first phase, we've got it easy in the next one. We eat a single Dragon Pulse, that does a lot more than I thought it would, but 2 digs finish off the first stage. But again, that's just the first round. Eternamax is huge and dangerous, but somehow the Rusty Night Gear has revived the dogs from the slumber. A 1 to a 2 becomes a 4 against 1. And a long battle later, we finally take it down, catch it, and report it as evidence to the police, to find Rose turned himself in 3 days later. Who would have thought? Oh yeah, the match. This is the final battle of the run, so lost guesses if you think I'm going to beat Leon. We certainly had our highs in this run, but also our lows. Leon starts with Aegislash, and I go for Dig as it uses King Shield on turn 1. We take a huge Sacred Sword before it goes back to its shield form. Nevertheless, we take it out. Next was his Haxorus, and honestly, a stabbed Body Slam was more than enough to bring him down to the dumps. Dragapult was next, so we throw more Shadow Balls in the Ghost Frog's face as it heals. Dragon Breath isn't doing much, thankfully, because he can't use his Ghost typing, so we knock it down. Mr. Rime is next, and I go for the Gigantamax and take full advantage while I can. Steel Spike taking it down in 1, Inteleon falls to a gigantic critical cuddle, leaving 2 of the most famous Pokemon. Our Eevee against his one and only Charizard. But I think a dragon needs a cuddle, so we do. And it was a lot of love, but not enough. Max Airstream boosts its speed, though stupidly, it doesn't go for its stab. So a final body slam finishes the match. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have just beaten Leon and are now champion in 2 regions. I thank you all very much for watching. Check out these videos on screen. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, it would mean the world to me if you do. 20k is in our grasp, and only you guys have the power to make it happen. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.